welcome or welcome back to Join Knits. I'm Aubrey, and today we are starting a weekly or like a knit with me in a week type of vlog type of thing, I think. I am working on a test knit for Ellis Knitwear MJ Knits. This is the Westport pullover. It is all over cables and some moss stitch on the back. I just figured out I have to rip it out, or like rip out the front portion here, because, and I just finished it, so it's actually not that much of knitting, probably like an hour or two, but I did the moss stitch wrong. I was like, I don't know why it's not entirely looking correct. It's because right after you pick up, you're supposed to start the moss stitch and then just do it from there, and not just like follow it. Or like, you're not supposed to start alternating the moss stitch on the wrong side. It's supposed to start on the right side, if that makes sense. Oh, so I gotta rip it back, which is a pain in the ass, but I need it to match up. So I guess we will be ripping it back. Yay! Okay, I finally finished, and I did it the right way of the front portion here. So right, maybe there. So for the pickup, there's no way to line up these cables on the side, but I did line up the 4 here, that way that could be a little bit matching. And the way I did that, it was just to make sure that I picked up the stitches and I watched, and like I saw where the stitches would be when I started working them, when I picked them up, and I made sure that the 4 stitches for the cables leaning this way went into these 4 stitches here, and so that the moss stitch would line up as well. That and the moss stitch were the only ones that I really cared about lining up. But for the increases here on the neck, they have you cast on 2 stitches on the right side, but as I was working the wrong side, I just did the cast on with the backward loop method. That's the method that they want you to use, and I just found that a bit easier to work, because if you do it with the right side, you're doing it this way, and then you're already having to like knit anyways, so it's just a bit easier to cast it on the back, or on the wrong side. So now I get to put this on hold and then work the right shoulder, and then we'll work in the front, and I'll talk to you guys then. Hi, good morning. Yes, I am still in the same PJs as I was yesterday. I was correct. I got a cold going on, which is perfect because today is my birthday. What a great 21st birthday present, am I right? So I'll give y'all a little update on my Westport pullover that I'm working on. That's mainly like as a Westport pullover week vlog or something, because the other garment that I'm working on is the Mold Cardigan by Rebecca Clow, and it is a secret test knit, and I can't show it on anywhere until her book is released, because it's for her book. But I will be showing you guys, because I do want to be working on that a little bit. Like, I'm almost done with it, and I would love to be done with it so I could focus on this Westport pullover. But you guys saw that I had to frog the shoulder, or one of the shoulder panels, and I did that. Excuse me. I did that, re-knit it, and then knit the left side. Or was it the left shoulder? I think it was the left shoulder, and then I knit the right side. And then I joined in the round, or joined in the front here. The increases for the neck here are just by casting on 2. So on the left side, I cast it on the wrong side just because it's a bit easier, and then for the right side, you cast on the right side. So just kind of flip and flopping it there, but this is what the back is like so far. I showed y'all this yesterday. And then the shoulder pickups there, it's not too terrible now that I'm like, you know, worked through it. I just made sure that the moss stitch would line up and the 4 stitches for these cables would line up with those 4 stitches. That's mainly it. But this is what I'm going to be working on this week, and the mole cardigan, but again, I can't show that to you. Last night I worked on a little bit of a sewing project for a bag for this, or like a project bag. I still have to finish it. And I was thinking of when I was sewing, I was like, oh, I should probably film, but I was like, nah, I just want to film, or like, I just want to sew. So, yeah, I didn't film like at all yesterday other than the Westport pullover stuff. But yeah, we will see what I get on going to today. Tonight I have to work, so I will only be up for a little bit and then I have to go to work, and might get some videos at work of me working on this depending on if I'm able to. But yeah, this is really the only project I'm working on at the moment because they are 2 test knits and I need to get them done soon. So yeah, this is just a Westport pullover weekly vlog, I guess. I got my coffee. I'm gonna drink that first, and then I got this like throat coat tea. It's supposed to help with the sore throat and the like boost my immune system. So I'm gonna drink one of those after this, and then because I drank one last night and it was actually pretty good. Drink one of them after this, and then bring a couple to work because I have to talk a lot at work, and I'm just a talker in general when my favorite coworkers are working. And so yeah, we're gonna try to get on the mend and hope that coffee and an immune booster tea helps me fight this cold pretty quickly. Okay, so it is, like I said, my birthday in that previous post or video, and I am casting on a birthday project actually, or a birthday cast on at least. I am using my Leica needles, and again, a yellow case. I'm wearing my yellow scrubs. Can you tell I like yellow? I'm going to be doing this on 3.5mm needles. What are you casting on, Aubrey? Let me tell ya. As soon as I get the second one on. So my local yarn store has a little like birthday discount that they send to you when you sign up for the reward system. And I grabbed 2 balls of Cardiff Cashmere Classic. It is a very chocolatey brown with tweed flecks. It is color 305. I'm going to be casting on a take on the Sophie shawl. I'm actually thinking of if I want to cast on, if I do want to just cast on a Sophie shawl, or if I want to cast on the Stay Toasty scarf by Veronica Lindbergh or Kudafagika, because I think I have that pattern. But I think I might actually go ahead and cast that on. But yeah, because it'll be a nice texture for a nice little project like this. I have 2 balls. I'm going to be kind of doing like you would with a Sophie scarf, just work up until a certain point on the grams here, and then start decreasing, and then that way I can use up as much of this as I can. First take on this is that it's super soft. I'm in a brown, like neutral phase at the moment. My Westport pullover is brown. My mole cardigan is a dark chocolate gray. There's this. I have a book club cardigan that's in like a darker gray, or in a darker brown, I mean. And I don't know, I'm just really feeling the neutrals at the moment. I think that's the part of the season that I'm in, at least. And then once it turns spring, I know everybody's going to then be coming like into the bright colors. And I literally have bright green yarn coming in, so that might get casted on. And then there's like, I was debating between this or a sweater number 15, I think it is, in yellow yarn that I chose for it. But I was like, I can't do another sweater, so I think I might just go ahead and do another accessory. So yeah, this will be my birthday cast on. I'm about to go to work, so I'm just going to go ahead and get the first couple rows casted on and worked, and then I will head to work. Hi, it is currently Thursday night, and I did totally get like kicked down with that cold that I got. I'm still battling it off, but I feel way much better. I feel like I have energy. I don't feel like there's constant pressure on my head, which is good. I did get some new storage today for my yarn. Before I just had the 2 gray and then the 1 white, and I had like 3 boxes filled with yarn. So I put my knitwear stuff up here, minus the one I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Monday sweater by Petite Knit and Drops Lima. I do have some extra room up here, and I'm hoping, so this is the yarn that I'm using for my Westport pullover, and it'll probably go up here when it's done. And then I have the other 2 were the yarn that was in the 3 boxes that I have. Plus, I did get yarn today from Linda Hobby. I got Petite Knits Sunday colorway statement green. So we're gonna open it together. Woo! This is amazing. And then, sorry if you can hear the craziness, my cats are going to be getting into that. So this statement green Sunday, it is the color, what is it? 8236. I really like it. It is very thin. It's supposed to be on like 3mm needles, if that, and held with something. This is actually pretty soft, to be honest. I was told that there is a different dye lot. Okay, so it looks like, hold up, what? There is a different dye lot somewhere. Okay, this one is my different dye lot. How stark of a difference is there? Okay, I need to mark this one. Yeah, because I got contacted by the supplier because they only had 7 left, and I bought all 7 because I didn't know like how much I would need for the project that I want to use these for. I'm kind of thinking of like just a regular V-neck sweater. I don't really want a crew neck, so I think I'll do a V-neck in these 3 in just this yarn and do it on the 3mm needles. It is like the slightest bit itchy. I wouldn't be opposed holding a mohair with it, but I also, since it's green, it's very much bright green. Like, as you can see, there's nothing else bright in my stash except the red, the pink, and the yellow. Those are the only bright colors I got. So I actually would love to cast on something with this, but I can't because I got some crazy projects going on at the moment. And good news, your girl got into nursing school, so I'm going to be starting that in April. Excuse me. Yes, I got into nursing school. That will be starting in about a month. I'm incredibly excited and incredibly nervous at the same time. I've been wanting to be a nurse like for years at this point, since like end of middle school, beginning of high school, when they're like, okay, you need to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life when you're 14 years old, 14 or 16 years old. So yeah, I just have been wanting to be a nurse forever, and I work in a hospital already as a certified nursing assistant. So, you know, I'm kind of already like have immersed myself into the nursing stuff because a lot of, yes, Simba. A lot of my coworkers, of course, are nurses, and they know how badly I want to be a nurse. And so if I have any questions about anything, they're more than welcome to happy to explain it if they're able to. And I love that with them. So yeah, I'm so excited to start that journey, but very freaking nerve-wracking. Simba is trying to open the door. So yeah, so that will definitely put a pause on my knitting. That's why I'm trying to get as much knitting done as I can. I I wouldn't mind casting this on just because it's a very bright spring color, and I think it'll be nice. It'll be like a light layer because this is 100% merino wool. Yeah, so this is 100% merino wool, and oh, this is actually an amazing colorway. I'm so happy I got this. Yeah, I was just browsing their website one night and saw that they had 7 available, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it because I've been wanting to try this yarn for a while. But I need to mark which dye lot. This one's different. Okay, that one is different. I think I want to gauge swatch already and see where we're at. But I don't think I can cast it on because we have the mole cardigan, which I actually am pretty close to finishing. It just has like other half of a button band and a collar and some pockets to do. And then what else? The Westport pullover, that has a good portion to go. But I am going to be going on vacation as well in a couple of weeks. So very good planning on my part of vacation and then nursing school, like within a couple of weeks together. So very good planning on that. So yeah, I think I'll get that done mostly with vacation. And then that little scarf I just casted on for my birthday. I just wanted a birthday cast on, to be honest. And that'll also be brought on vacation. So we'll see if that gets done. But yeah, I think I'll go ahead and swatch with this so far. But yeah, so this is 235 meters, I believe. Yeah, 50 grams each, 235 meters. And it is fingering weight. It like requires a 3mm needle or a US 3. Can't really tell if you saw that. Sorry, my hand is shaking. Yeah, so we will see. I don't really want to hold it with anything because I don't want to buy more yarn. If I do, it would be a mohair, but even then I don't want to because just some mohairs just aren't nice. Like the Knitting for Olive mohair I like, or like it is nice with that Semper sweater I made, that red one, but I'm not really sure if I want to get a Knitting for Olive one. The only color would be Clover Green. And then another one that I would consider is, I think it's like the Rowan Kid Silk Haze. That is very nice and soft, but that's like $17 a ball at my local yarn store. And I don't know if they have this bright of a green. And I don't want to take away the fact of this being bright ass green. So very St. Patrick's, very bright. So we will see if I can get away with it on 3mm needles and see if there's a pattern available or if I will just make my own pattern and draft it myself. So I will put these away and we will get on to swatching. Okay, so I finished the swatch for it, and this is Maximus. Well, Max, we call it Maximus. With that green yarn, and this is on 3mm needles. I think it looks really good. Does it look good, Maximus? He's more interested in head scratches. I love the feel of this. I think I will suffer through a 3mm fingering weight sweater just to have it like this. For my swatches, I like to put the knots here of the needle that I used to kind of show what I used when I go back and look at them, because I like to make swatches when I first get the yarn, and then I'll probably make the pattern later. Yeah. Oh, chin scratches. Oh, big baby. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking doing the Stockholm sweater V-neck by Petite Knit and just fudging the gauge craziness, because I think I have like a 28 stitch gauge on 3mm needles, and you know, there's some light that goes through, so I think it might be a really, really good spring knit, just to like a good transition knit. And you know, if I cast this on right now, it's not going to be done until probably next year. Just to be honest with nursing school, because nursing school is, you know, a whole job in itself. You have to commit a whole bunch of time to it to pass, but also to do good and understand all the concepts that are being essentially shoved down your throat. Nursing school is tough, but I'm ready for it. So, you know, this is a fun little, I might cast it on when I get through my first semester. So, yeah, this will be a very nice project. But yeah, 3mm needles, little gauge swatch. I love it. I circled, this is the other like outlier die lot, so I circled it, but yeah, excited about this. Okay, hello, it is Friday, almost the end of the week. I blocked that swatch yesterday and I am getting 28 stitches in 48 rows on 3mm needles. I love it. Like, it's going to be such a nice fabric. It is, if you can see, it is a little like, not really holey, but like it's a light fabric, and that's exactly what I want. So yeah, that will be a project sometime. Hey Simba, you wanna come up? There you go, baby. I did finish. Do you need cuddles? Do you need cuddles? Do you need this to get out of your way? Come on. Oh, big baby. Okay, well, we got a special guest joining us. Simba loves to cuddle. It is his favorite thing ever. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So I finished the front portion of my Westport pullover. Oh, you're fine. You don't need that. And maybe I can get it to sit nicely. Here. Yeah, so it's a little bit offset in the back. I'm not really sure how we're gonna do it for the body, since I have to send it in. Like, this is kind of how it looks with it together. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far. I will be sending in a photo to then get the second part of the test knit. And yeah, so I'm not really sure what else I'll be, well, I know what else I'll be working on. I'll be working on my mole cardigan to get the other stuff done, just because I'm so close to getting it done. But yeah, I am thinking of making a pattern for this. I couldn't really find any patterns on Ravelry that were what I wanted in this sweater because I want it lightweight. Like I'm wanting to make a 3mm sweater needle. What? 3mm needle for this sweater. Like I want the lightweight, and I want it to be a V-neck. I want it to be a drop shoulder, and I want a tight-ish fit, like maybe 2 inches of positive ease. And so, you know, might as well just make my own pattern. And so I'm working on the grading for it. I just started it. And I'm kind of thinking of calling this my Lucky Me sweater because 1, it's green, and 2, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, but it's never going to be ready for that. But 3, lucky me that I get to wear and knit a sweater that is on 3mm needles. Very sarcastic. Like, oh, lucky me, I get to knit this sweater. So yeah, that's what I'm naming it. But yeah, I might cast that on, maybe. Or I might actually work on my Arundel pullover. That is actually most likely what I'm gonna do, just because I haven't worked on that in months. Yes? Yeah? So, yeah, I will probably work on that. Okay, hi. I just wanted to hop on here and say thank you so much for watching this week's Knit With Me in a Week vlog. I really liked making it. I am sorry if I didn't show much knitting or talk to you guys much. This is the first time I'm doing this type of vlog. So we can see if, you know, if y'all like it or if you want me to keep doing it. I think when nursing school does start, I will be cutting back on the filming a little bit, but might show a week in nursing school along with being a crafty person. Who knows? The ideas are limited. I want to say endless, but you know, nursing school is going to be tough. But yeah, I worked. I did get the second part to that Westport pullover test knit, and it's to join the body and work on the body. That's the second part, so I will be showing that. And then I did finish one of the button bands on that mole cardigan, and I do have to rip out the other one because it was too tight. I didn't make any progress on that shawl. I did start grading the Lucky Me sweater, and then I did think of a tank top pattern to make and have it be very customizable to bust size. You have certain stitches for your upper bust, and then you increase to XYZ stitches for your full bust, decrease to under bust, and then you just knit on from there, and maybe like some waist increases and decreases. That way it is a fully customizable bust shape tank top, and rather than a straight 2x2 tank top basically. Because if I'm gonna wear one, or if I'm gonna make my own tank top, I'm gonna want it to be tight fitting and, you know, shape around the bust area. So having that bust shaping I think is going to be really nice. I just put in like the grading for it, basically like the sizes and the measurements, and it's from 28 inches to 64 inches, increments of 2 inches, and that was like 19 sizes. So I'm hoping I can make that work. Hopefully. I'm gonna just get the basics down. I'm gonna make my own and follow that. That way, whenever I do want to make a pattern for it, it's kind of just a like, I don't want to say like bare bones of a pattern, but you know, if you measure 30 inches on your upper bust, this is how much you're going to cast on for the front. For the front and the back, and then work up until, you know, like an inch or two, and then, you know, you're going to start increasing for, or then you're going to start increasing to your full bust measurement, which for me is 37. So if I have 30 inches here, I'm going to cast on however many stitches I need for 30 inches, and then I'll follow, and then I'll look for the 37-inch full bust stitch count, increase to that stitch count, maybe do a couple rows, and then look at what my under bust measurement is. So then if that's like 28 or something, then I'll then decrease down to whatever the stitches are for 28. That way it's a fully customizable, like made to measure tank top pattern, if that makes sense. And then, you know, if you are more curvy in the waist area, I think I want to include waist shaping. That way you can decrease to the waist and then go out if needed. Or if you just want straight right after the under bust, that's probably what I'm gonna do. But I'm thinking like a 2x2 a rib pattern, and it be like a square neck. So we will see how that goes. And of course, I have all this creative juices for these patterns that are on very small needles, are going to be very time consuming, and are just big projects in itself. And I have basically 3 weeks until nursing school, because I go on vacation for about a week. And then I'm only back here for 2 weeks until school starts. So yeah, I'm in a little stressed for time, like chill out, relaxing time, because again, nursing school is a whole beast in itself, and I won't have any time for myself other than nursing, and I know I'm gonna have to carve out time and blah blah blah, ramble. So yeah, hopefully hopefully I can get everything done. But yeah, if you like this video, give a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you are interested in anything I was working on, or just want to chit chat about some stuff. But I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.